Hello and welcome to Canberra Airport, and believe it or not, I am flying and it is a sunny day. This never happens. Today I'm going to be flying and doing something very different that you've never seen before on this channel. I'm going to be flying on Virgin Australia on board one of their 737s in economy class to the Gold Coast. You really didn't think I was going to be doing something exciting, did you? I hope not. Anyway, I've managed to get the closest non-disabled car park to the terminal today, and I'm ready to go. So let's head into the Canberra terminal. So the whole purpose of today, as far as the filming aspect goes, is to fine-tune the way in which I'm recording and testing some new equipment and like external microphones to the GoPro. You can getting the hang of that before I go and do something interesting and end up stuffing it all up. So that's the plan. As far as the actual reason for the trip, I'm trying to get to my Velocity Platinum status, and I do need to fly a little bit more to get there. So yeah, we'll head on into the terminal. I'm already checked in, head straight up to the lounge. Of course, if I wasn't already checked in, I would need to head to the Virgin Australia check-in counters, which, if you're facing the security screening as you come in, are on the left-hand side of the airport over near the old bomber, which is up in the terminal. Okay, so we're up in the Virgin Australia Lounge, and today, surprisingly, we don't have eggs and bacon, which usually seems to be the case. We have some very strange looking chicken sausages and corn fritters for the hot option, and of course I've gone for my usual flat white and some toast with that. Flying me to the Gold Coast today is this 19-year-old Boeing 737-800 VHVOO, named Peaceful Bay, originally delivered to Virgin Blue in September of 2003. It spent a lot of its life on the New Zealand register, flying for Pacific Blue and Virgin Australia as ZKPBA. This aircraft has 162 economy seats, which is a little bit less than the standard Virgin Australia configuration. I believe some of their old aircraft are like this. It of course has 8 business class seats. Just waiting here, the aircraft has arrived. Didn't mind the corn fritters, the sausages were very dry, but apart from that, can't complain, and there is a hair on my microphone. You probably can't see that. Anyway, we've got really one of Virgin's oldest aircraft today, VHVOO. I think this one spent a lot of time with Pacific Blue, so spent most of its life going to and from New Zealand, from Australia and into the Pacific. Pretty sure it's got some pretty old seats, remnant of the Virgin Blue, Pacific Blue all economy era, and yeah, it looks like we'll be getting on shortly. 10:30 departure this morning, so that's in about 20 minutes. The aircraft is a little bit late getting in, so I'm sure we'll be a little bit late getting out, but yeah. Okay, we are on our way to the gate for the flight to the Gold Coast today. Gate number 7, which is just outside of the lounge, if this escalator works. One thing I am having an issue with this GoPro Media mod I've started using is that it shows me as having 0% battery, even though the GoPro is working perfectly fine. So yeah, if you know anything about that, please comment. It would really help me out, because I want to make this work properly before I go and fly something like the first Bonza flight, or yeah. Anyway. Lies in the lounge that they were boarding. We are not boarding. Anyway.
very much.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
Cabin crew, be seated for takeoff.
Departure from Canberra's runway 35 today was a little bit late. Flight time through to the Gold Coast of 1 hour and 18 minutes, cruising at 39,000 feet. Whether you can actually hear this with this microphone. We are underway on board. Yep, apparently that's working. Hopefully you can hear, otherwise I might need a new microphone. We are away. It is a beautiful day for flying. Not really any clouds in the sky. Seatbelt sign is extinguished, and the crew are about to commence the buy onboard service, as well as the free complimentary water, tea and coffee. As I mentioned earlier, the legroom is incredibly tight, but I've been graced with the spare middle seat. This on the back of the seat, this plate used to be a live television. So I did do a little bit of research, and this aircraft was never actually fitted with that system because it was a Pacific Bluebird. So I'm not too sure what the plate on the back of the seat is from. And the audio controls would have just been from their audio system they had back in the day. Back when they were Virgin Blue, they had a system called Live to Air, and you could watch Foxtel channels. You used to have to pay with your credit card, but yeah, so that got removed when they became Virgin Australia. This aircraft is actually fitted with the Wi-Fi system. They don't use it still. It'd be really nice for them to start using it. Even if it is paid, like Rex. Yeah. Apart from that, it's really just the basic Virgin Australia seat. Yeah, I'm going to try for the toasted sandwich again because the Virgin Australia toasty is absolutely delicious. And apart from that, it will be a pretty quick flight through to the Gold Coast apparently. About 15 minutes late departing the gate, so hopefully some of that time is made up on board because I'd like to have a good opportunity to check out the Virgin Australia Lounge on the Gold Coast, which I've never visited. I think it's the only lounge except for Perth that I haven't been to. So yeah, still having a few issues with the GoPro. Hopefully this microphone solves our talking to the camera audio issues in flight though. Okay, so we've ordered the toasty. That'll come in a few minutes. I've also grabbed a juice, which we'll check out once the toasty arrives. And in the meantime, I've gone with some liquid caffeinio. The toasty has arrived, so let's check it out. So this is a ham and cheese toasty, and I've grabbed a Boost Tropical Landing juice, which has apple, orange, mango, and pineapple. And let's see if we've got enough hands to do this. Just look at that. Good timing as well, we'll just hit the top of descent. I mean, I could have told you this before, but the Virgin Toasty is absolutely delicious. Alright, quick taste test of the juice. I mean, sort of like the multi-V juice that Qantas used to have back in the day that throw at all the Canberra passengers. It's tasty enough, but nothing special. Anyway, as I mentioned, top of descent, so I better get eating. I have chopped the approach right down. The full takeoff and landing footage from all 3 flights can be found on my extra YouTube channel, CBR-Flyer Extra.
How do we play process? Thank you. Thank you. See you later. See you later.
Okay, so we've arrived on the Gold Coast, and I'm going to jump into the Virgin Australia Lounge, which is just next to conveniently right at the gate we were after. Gate 19. 18. So there we go, and check it out. And the next flight down to Melbourne is in about an hour and a hal's time. We're in the lounge here at Coolangatta. It's got some pumpkin soup, bread roll, and some bread and dip, as well as sparkling water. Okay, so the lounge on the Gold Coast is pretty much what I expected. Small, but it was actually really nice. I don't know if it's new. Certainly been a lot of changes at the Gold Coast Airport since I was last here though. Of note, the lovely Virgin Australia staff, I actually asked if I could get an Economy X seat, as this flight looks like it's going to be quite full. I was ready to pay, and I don't know if it's because I got my wallet out, looked like I was going to pay, didn't expect anything for free, but they've given me an Economy X seat. It's an emergency exit one, but Economy X nonetheless, a bit of extra space. And yeah, they gave that to me for free, and on the flight through to Canberra for free as well. So that was really nice. Anyway, yeah, we're off to Melbourne now. Flight's already well and truly boarding. And yeah, off we go. Flying me down to Melbourne today is this 11-year-old Boeing 737-800 VHYFK, named Long Beach, delivered new to Virgin Australia in December of 2011. It has 8 business class seats and 168 economy seats.
Hello, how are you? Very welcome, thank you.
Cabin crew be seated for takeoff.
Takeoff today was from the Gold Coast runway 14, and we climbed up to 32,000 feet for a flight time of right on 2 hours down to Melbourne. Apologies for the shaky takeoff footage. As I was in an exit row, I did have to handhold the camera. Okay, so we're well underway on this Virgin Australia flight now. sitting in the overwing exit today, so my takeoff footage was handheld. Now, I did want to get the trio of pies that they offer, but that wasn't available, so we're going for a chicken Caesar sandwich. It looks pretty decent, along with the coffee, and I'm using the Virgin Australia Entertainment to watch some TV. We'll give this sandwich a go, and yeah, not much else to write home about on this flight, so we'll probably keep it at that. So we're already on approach, right? You may ask, where's the rest of the footage from this flight? Well, you might want to ask my GoPro Hero 9 that, as it became incredibly temperamental. I have no idea what it is doing. I don't know if it's faulty, I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong, but it just likes to freeze and power off and then decide not to power on and then randomly eventually powers on, and it is just incredibly frustrating. Anyway, approach down onto Melbourne, landing into some pretty stiff winds today on runway 34. So on approach into Melbourne, the GoPro indicated that it had frozen. However, seemingly it had not, as you see me angrily trying to unscrew the mount to take the media mod off to remove the battery, as that was the only way to reset it when it froze. Clearly it was still filming, not that I knew this, but yeah, if anyone's had any problems with a GoPro like this, please let me know what you do to fix it. Okay, we have hit Melbourne, and Melbourne has this wonderful new design of Terminal 3 and Terminal 4 being together. And I've already got one gripe with this design, and that is that we have arrived in Terminal 4 and flight departure screens in Terminal 4 are only useful for Terminal 4. So I have no idea where my next flight leaves from, or if it's running on time, and I'm going to guess that I won't find out any of that until I get to the lounge. I mean, this whole idea of combining the two, having a central screening point, lounge after security like a normal airport, probably far outweighs the negatives. It's great. It makes it feel more open. T3 is very small, so it definitely gives a lot more space, but I guess just fine-tuning things like that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it was on the thing a minute ago, but why do we need to see departures for the morning? That's absolutely useless. So watching this footage back, I discovered that all I actually had to do was turn around. In saying that, it's still a fail because all the screens as you're walking in the direction of T3 only have information for T4 on them. Yeah, we have to stop here. Like, it's got departures for the morning and it doesn't have anything for today. That's totally and utterly useless. Okay, that was a very, very quick visit to the lounge. They are boarding the flight to Canberra 45 minutes before departure. I reckon it's a 6-minute walk down to gate 10. I doubt that.
To Canberra will begin shortly and close 10 minutes before departure. Guests who would like assistance to board or require a little extra time, could you please come forward now at gate lounge number 10 to board now.
Okay, that really annoys me because I've literally just scoffed everything in the lounge because they're going, it's boarding, it's boarding. Only to walk out of the lounge and hear them making a pre-boarding announcement in the terminal. Yeah, that's really frustrating. First world problems, I know, but frustrating. Me home to Canberra today is this 12-year-old Boeing 737-800 VHVUW, named Pebbly Beach. This one was originally delivered to Virgin Blue in September of 2010 with the name of Sydney Siren. Of course, in 2011, it went over to Virgin Australia when they changed names.
Alright, sir, welcome aboard.
Yes, thank you.
So I had the GoPro in a really good spot on the window, and of course it froze again. I only just managed to get it up on the window as the engines were spooling up for takeoff. On the way back to Canberra now. Seatbelt sign's still on. Don't know what the go is there. It's pretty smooth. Anyway, the issues with the GoPro continue. I have no idea what the go is. I'm going to have to Google that, I suppose, and figure it out because it's been painful. Basically, it will freeze every time the screen turns off while I'm recording. I have to pull the media mod off, which means I've got to unscrew the mount, and it just chews through battery like no tomorrow. And one of my batteries won't even work. Hey, there's the seatbelt sign. So yeah, the GoPro might die, might not get back on this flight. But yeah, see you on the ground if it doesn't work. Okay, so somehow I've gotten the other battery to work. We're at our cruise altitude now, seatbelt signs off. Yep, that's still working. And that is where the audio on that clip dies. And I just talked to the camera with no sound for the rest of it. Anyway, the flight through to Canberra was 48 minutes long, cruising at 33,000 feet. And on this flight, due to anticipated turbulence and being in our seats most of the flight, the crew only served water, which was done very quickly before everyone sat down again. Not that there was any turbulence. I believe what I was saying here was how much I like how friendly the VA staff are towards each other, and all of that. On the previous flight from the Gold Coast to Melbourne, I was sitting next to a Paxing flight attendant, and she she offered to get up and help them with the service, which is just something that you don't see at other airlines, and the crew were very appreciative of that. They did decline her offer, but it's just the gesture of that, and even when we landed in Melbourne, she got up to help them clean, and it's just things you don't see with certain other airlines within Australia. Like that would be heavily frowned upon at certain airlines. But yeah, aside from the random GoPro issues, it was a pretty uneventful flight. And landing today onto Canberra's runway 35 was on time. And of course, as I've mentioned earlier, I'll upload the full approach video up onto my second YouTube channel, CBR-Flyer Extra. There'll be a link in the description and also on my end screen. Right back where I started in the Canberra Airport car park. There's my car. There's the entrance to the car park. As I said, I managed to get the closest car park this morning. I was really happy with that. I guess the whole point. And as far as filming goes, that just about sums up the entire day. The GoPro, once again, just died on me. I don't know what the go is. The whole purpose of today was to try and figure out all the sound issues, and it seems to have just created a whole heap of other glitching issues, and I really don't know why. Are they trying to make me buy the Hero 12 or whatever they just released because I have a Hero 9? Seriously. The problems I had with the GoPro today were incredibly frustrating. That's probably going to be it for me for the year. I may put out one more video, which I filmed about a month ago, which is just a Link Airways sub from Newcastle. The flight attendant asked me really nicely to post it. I'm still not sure if I'll bother because it's a lot of effort to edit a video and stuff when you're working full time, and obviously I've done Link Airways a fair few times. But we'll see how we go. Otherwise, we'll be back in the new year with some more interesting content and hopefully a properly functioning GoPro. So I'm not filming my end of videos on my phone after the GoPro fails for the 50th time of the day. But yeah, don't forget to go and check out some of my other videos. Go and check out the Noel Phillips video, which I make a cameo in. I'll put all the links to this in the description box below. And yeah, check back soon. If you don't want to miss another video, subscribe, turn the bell on, and we'll see you soon with a new video. Can I do it with this? Probably not. No.